Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of electric network. Today we are going to discuss an important topic which is two-port network. So let's start. Now before starting the chapter, our first question about two-port network is what is port, right? So let us consider this as a network. If I say that this is a network and I provide two terminals to access this network, then this pair of terminals, let us say the terminal voltage as V and the current entering this network through this terminal is I, then this pair of terminal will be called as a port for this network, right? The element inside this network may be a resistor or maybe a pair of elements like a capacitor in parallel with this or in series, whatever the combination it will. So this pair of terminals will be called as a port to access this network, right? Now if I provide four terminals to access this network like this, then this pair of terminal will also be called as a port, right? And let us say this terminal port voltage is V2, this is V1, this is I1, and the current entering through this port is I2. Then this network will have two ports, port 1 and port 2. Then this setup will called as a two-port network. Means this network has two ports, input ports and output ports, right? So this is a system which will call as two-port network. Now to characterize these networks, we have four variables V1, I1, V2, I2. Out of these four variables, we will have two dependent variables and two independent variables. Means total variables, how much? Total variables is 4. Out of this, dependent variable is how much? 2, and independent is 2, right? So how many possibilities will be there for arranging these two independent variable and two dependent variable, right? The combinations will be nothing but 4C2 means 6. Means we can characterize this network using these four variables in 6 ways. So our today's discussion or the discussion in two-port network will be nothing but analyzing or studying this 6 type of characterization of this network. Now before starting the characterization, let us see some examples of one-port or two-port networks. In this box, within this box, if I say that there is a resistor in parallel with a capacitor, and to access this we have a port like this, right? So this is the example of one port, that is two terminal one port network. And if I say that within this there is a transistor, then this network will, right, since this has one port and another is two port, right? Let us say current is entering, right? So this is an example of two port. In place of this, if we have op-amp, then that will also behave, or that will also be a example of two-port network, right? Means in general, if we have n ports, then this system will become an n-port network, right? Now what are our four variables? Our variables are V1, I1, V2 and I2, right? Out of these 4 variables, 2 will be independent and 2 will be dependent variable, right? And what are our 6 types of parameters? These will be the 6 sets of parameter. One will be impedance, second will be the admittance parameter, third will be hybrid parameter, fourth will be transmission parameter, fifth will be inverse hybrid, right? And the sixth will be inverse transmission, right? This will be called as Z parameter, this will be called as Y parameter, H parameter, ABCD parameter, or T parameter, right? This will be called as G parameter, and this will be called as inverse tree parameter, right? Now let us have our first parameter, which is Z parameter, right? Now in this characterization, we have relations to characterize the network as V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. Means in this set of parameters, our V1 and V2, or the port voltages V1 and V2, will be the dependent variable, and the port currents, which is I1 and I2, will be the independent variable, right? So our two relations will be, first will be this, and the second will be Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2, or in matrix form V1 V2 Z matrix I1 and I2. Now first thing we have to notice, or we must remember, that the port current will be entering current, right? Because at the starting I said the port is nothing but the terminals by which, the pair of terminals through which a current enters to the network or exit to the exit from the network, right? So to study in our whole study, we will assume that the current are entering to the network, right? So these four variables Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22 are the characteristics parameters of this representation, right? So we have to find these parameters, right? So if I set, let us draw a circle. This is the I1, this is V1, and this is I2, this is V2. We have assumed, we have expressed I1 and I2 as entering to the network, right? Okay, now Z11, if I set I2 is equal to 0, I2 is equal to 0 means port 2 is open, right? So at that time we will have expression as V1 is equal to Z11 I1 and V2 is equal to Z21 I1, right? So from here our Z11 will be V1 by I1 and our Z21 will be V2 by I1, isn't it? Right. Now see how this Z11 came as V1 by I1 when I2 was 0. And how Z21 is equal to V2 by I1 came when I2 is equal to 0, means open circuited. So these parameters are also called as open circuited parameters, right? Because we have calculated this parameter by open circuiting the other port or the output port, right? And this V1 by I1 is nothing but the impedance V2 by I2, that is V by I ratio. So this is nothing but the impedance. So this will be called as open circuit impedance parameters, right? Similarly, if I1 is equal to 0 means port 1 is opened, right? In that case our V1 will be Z12 I2 and V2 will be Z22 I2. From here our Z12 will be V1 by I2 when I1 is equal to 0 and Z22 will be V2 by I2 when I1 is equal to 0, right? So these four parameters are the characteristic parameter, Z parameter of this network, right? Clear? These four parameters are now we can write in matrix form this as V1 V2 is equal to our Z11 is what? V1 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0. Z21 is what? V2 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0. This is our Z11. This is our Z12. Z12 is what? V1 by I2 when I1 is equal to 0 and V2 by I2 when I1 is equal to 0 into I1 and I2. Now from gate point of view we don't have to go in this elaborated form. We just have to see that how Z11, Z21, Z12 and Z22 is calculated. Means to calculate Z11 what we did, we open circuited the output port and calculated the input port voltage divided by input current, right? In that manner or in the similar fashion we will calculate all these four parameters. Now the concept of symmetry in two-port network, right? Symmetry in two-port, right? A two-port network is said to be symmetric if the ratio of excitation to response remains constant at both the ports, right? Means if we have a network and if I say that this is V and this is I with second port or output port as open circuited, then the response is, and at the second case with same network, if I interchange the position and I say that this is V and this is I with input port as open, and let us say this is V2 and this is I2 and this is V1 and I1. In this we get response by applying V1 voltage source, we are getting current I1, and if I applying in this case V2 voltage and getting current I2, then if V1 by I1 and V2 by I2 is same or equal, then this network will be symmetric, right? Second is reciprocity. Reciprocity in two-port network. Simply, if a two-port network obeys the reciprocity theorem, then it will be reciprocal, right? If it follows reciprocity theorem or principle, then it will be reciprocal. Basically, a passive element is by default a reciprocal, right? In two port, there may be energy storage element, but their initial condition must be 0. For example, inductors and capacitor, means this network can contain inductor and capacitor, but their initial condition must be 0, means the inductor must not be initial current and capacitor must not be have initial voltage, right? Also, this network must not contain an independent element, at least one independent element. This may contain dependent sources but not independent sources. I think it will become more clear by taking an example, right? So let us take an example. Now consider this network, right? This is 1 ohm, this is 3 ohm, and this is 2 ohm. If I say determine Z parameter, right, then since it has two ports, this is the port 1 or the input ports, and this is the port 2, that is output port. Now we have to find the Z parameters, means Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22. Now to find this, recall what was our expression to characterize Z parameters. V1 was Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, and V2 was Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2, isn't it? Now to find Z11 is what? V1 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0. Now this is I2 and this is I1, right? Now to ensure or to make I2 0, we have to open circuit this port, right, and apply a voltage source here. Let us say this is V. After applying this voltage source V, our port voltages will be, port 1 voltage will V1 will be V, and at that case, see, this is open circuited, I2 will be 0 and this I1 will circulate through this resistor. So writing KVL in this, we will have minus V, which is V1, plus I1 into 1 ohm plus I1 into 2 ohm is equal to 0, means minus V, or simply say minus V1 plus I1 into 1 plus 2 is equal to 0, means minus V1 plus 3I1 is equal to 0. So V1 by I1 is equal to 3, which is nothing but our Z11, right? So see the procedure carefully. How I got Z11? To find Z11, we have open circuited the output port, that is made I2 as 0, and applied a voltage source. Let us say this is V, which will become the port voltage V1, and the port current I1, and found the ratio V1 by I1, right? Similarly, Z21 will be V2 by I1 when I2 will be 0, means output port as open circuited. Now V2 will be what? This is our V2. Since I2 is 0, so there will be no drop here, so whatever voltage drop across this will be equal to V2. So our V2 will be nothing but I1 into 2. So V2 by I1 will be what? 2 ohm, which is nothing but V2 by I1, and this we got by making I2 0. So V2 by I1 will be 2, which is nothing but our Z21, right? Similarly, our Z12 will be what? Z12 will be V1 by I2 when I1 is equal to 0. Now I1 will be 0 means we have to open circuit this terminal and apply a voltage source here, means now this will be cancelled, right, and apply a voltage source here. Say this is V, right? In that case our V will be nothing but V2. So writing KVL in this loop, we will have minus V2, V2 or V will be the same, so minus V2 plus, since I2 will be flow, because if we have applied a voltage source and the current is I2, so minus V2 plus 3I2. Since this port is open, so I1 will be 0, so this current will flow through this, not will flow through this, because this port is open circuit while we are calculating Z12. So 3I2 plus 2I2 is equal to 0. From here we will have minus V2 plus 5I2 is equal to 0, and V2 by I2 is equal to 5 ohm. And with this V2 by I2 is equal to 5 ohm we got when I1 was 0. So this is nothing but Z12. In the same way, Z22 is what? Z22 is nothing but V2 by I2 when I1 is equal to 0. If I1 is equal to 0, then V1 will be what? Whatever voltage drop across this resistor, and this voltage drop, this is V1, is nothing but the 2 ohm resistor multiplied by I2 current, 2 I2. So V1, sorry, Z22 will be what? V2 by I2 when I1 is 0. And our we got committed a mistake. Basically this parameter we calculated is the Z22, means Z22 is what? V2 by I2. We have calculated this V2 by I2. So this everything is okay. Here only we got a mistake. Now our Z, we had made I2 is 0. Z12 will be what? Z12 will be V1 by I2. V1 by I2 when I1 is 0. Since V1 is equal to 2I2, V1, which is nothing but the drop across this resistor, V1 by I2. V1 is equal to 2I2, so V1 by I2 when this will be 2 ohm, so this is nothing but Z12. So our Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22 are nothing but, this is our Z11 which is 3 ohm, this is our Z21 2 ohm, this is Z22, Z22 is 5 ohm and Z12 is 2 ohm. So this is the Z parameter for this network. Now one thing, this is basically a standard T network. So whenever you see this type of network, means a resistor, means if you see a network like this, where this is R1, this is R2 and this is R3, then write its Z parameters simply as Z11 will be nothing but the summation of this resistor R1 plus R3, right. Z12 will be nothing but this common resistor R3. Z21 will be what? This common resistor R3. And Z22 will be what? R2 plus R3. This is the standard form. Means if you have given a T network like this and it is asked to find its Z parameter, then write blindly as this. This Z parameter will be R1 plus R3 as Z11, R3 as Z12, R3 as Z21 and R2 plus R3 as Z22. Z22, right? This is a shortcut. Basically, how I wrote this is written by simply Z11 means I1 will flow through this resistor and this resistor, so add these two resistors, R1 plus R3. I2 only will flow through this resistor, R2 and R3, so I write Z22, and this is Z12 and Z21 means I1 and I2 is combinedly flowing through this resistor, so this is the R3 only, right? One more thing to mention here is this Z11 parameter, Z11 and Z22 are also called as driving point impedance, and Z21 and Z12 are called as transfer impedance. Why? Because Z11 is involving only the input voltage and input current, so this ratio or this parameter is called as driving point impedance at port 1. Similarly, for Z22, this is V2 by I2. These two quantities are nothing but the port 2 quantity, so this is called as driving point impedance at port 2. Now, in this or this Z21 is nothing but the ratio of two quantities which are the quantities at two different ports, means V2 is voltage of port 2 and I1 is the current of port 1. So this resistor is the called as transfer resistance or transfer impedance, and this resistance is also called as transfer impedance because this is the ratio of input voltage and output current, right? Now the second parameter is the admittance parameter. Admittance parameter or Y parameter, right? Now in this representation, our port currents will be the dependent variable and our port voltages will be the independent variable, and the equation or the relation will be as I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2 and I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. Similarly, as I proceeded for our Z parameters or the impedance parameter, in this also we will proceed in the same manner. Just the difference will be in our Z parameter calculation we were opening the ports, and in this calculating the Y parameter we will short circuiting the port. Now see why? Because consider if V2 is equal to 0, then I1 will be Y11 V1 and I2 will be Y21 V1, isn't it? And from here our Y11 will be I1 by V1 and Y21 will be I2 by V1. Clear? And if V1 is equal to 0, then if V1 is equal to 0, then I1 is equal to Y12 V2 and I2 is equal to Y22 V2, and from here our Y12 will be I1 by V2 and our Y22 will be I2 by V2. Now see how we have got y11, y21, y12, y22, right? But when basically these two parameters we got when V2 was 0, and V2 0 means we are short circuiting the ports. Let's see, if I have a network and these are the ports, this is V1, this is I1, this is V2, and this is I2. Now to make V2 is equal to 0, what we have to do? We have to short circuit this port, right? If I short circuit this port, our V2 will be 0, and in that condition we will have y11 and y21, right? So this parameter is also called as short circuited parameters. This y11 will be called as the short circuit input admittance, right? Means the admittance at port 1, or the driving point admittance at point 1. Similarly, y22 will be called as driving point admittance at port 2, and these two will be called as transfer admittance, right? Similarly, to get y12 and y22, we have to make V1 is equal to 0, means we have to short circuit the input port and calculate these quantities as I1 by V2 and I2 by V2. Now to understand this admittance parameter, let us take an example, right? Okay, the question is, consider this network this is 50 ohm, this is 10 ohm, and this is 20 ohm. Find Y parameter, right? Now recall what was our parameters value. Our y11 was I1 by V1 when V2 is equal to 0. Our y21 was I2 by V1 when V2 was 0, right? So first of all, let make input port as 0 volt, short circuit, means V1 is equal to 0. Now by making V1 is equal to 0, what parameters we will get? We will get y12 and y22. See, if I short circuit this terminal, right, if I short circuit this, the circuit will become as this will be a short circuit, so no current will flow. This will be I1, this will be our I2, this will be our 10 ohm, and this is 50 ohm. This will be our V2. Now applying KCL here, what we will have? We will have as V2 minus 0 by 10, that is this current, plus V2 minus 0 by 50, which is nothing but this current, and which will be nothing but equal to I2, isn't it? And from here our I2 by V2 will be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 50, which is nothing but 0.12 ohm, and this I2 by V2 when V1 is equal to 0 is nothing but our C when V1 is equal to 0, I2 by V2 is nothing but our Y22, right? So this is our Y22, right? Okay. Also, we can say that I1 is what? I1 is nothing but opposite of that current, means V2 by 50 ohm, because I1 is going in this direction but the actual current will flow in this direction, so I1 will be minus V2 by 50 ohm, and I1 by V2 when V1 is equal to 0 is nothing but, see, I1 by V2 when V1 is equal to 0 is nothing but our Y12. This is our Y12, right? Okay. So our Y12 will be what? 1 by 50 means 0.02. If I take mod, then this will become 0.02. In the same way, if I short circuit the port 2, means making V2 is equal to 0, means when V2 is equal to 0 means short circuiting the output port, we will have Y11 as 0. Let us say mod of Y11 is 0.07 and Y21 will be 0.02. This all will be as mho or Siemens, right? Clear? Now, this form or this type of representation is called as pi network, right? So this is a standard form of pi network, and if a circuit is given in pi network and it is asked to find the Y parameter, then there is a shortcut. And what is that trick? Means this is basically the standard form of for Y parameter. Means if a network in this pi form is given as RA, RB and RC, and it is asked to find Y parameter, then just find the, this is nothing but the resistance, find its reciprocal, means find the admittance. Its admittance will be what? YA, sorry, this is YB, YA and YC. Then its Y parameter will be YA plus YB, YC plus YB, and this will be minus YB and minus YB. Means if I compare our if I take our previous example, so in our previous example the question was given like this. This was 50 ohm, this was 10 ohm and this was 20 ohm. If I calculate its admittances, our admittances will be 1 by 50, 1 by 20 and 1 by 10, right? So our y parameter will be nothing but this plus this, means 1 by 20 plus 1 by 50 minus of this minus 1 by 50 minus of this minus 1 by 50 and this plus this 1 by 10 plus 1 by 50, right? This is the a standard pi form for y parameter. Means if a network is given in pi form and it is asked to find y parameter, we will calculate directly using this, right? And for that, first of all, we have to find its admittance parameter for the given resistance. And if in the question, if already the admittance is given, then we don't have to take reciprocal once again, because if we take reciprocal, then that quantity will become the resistance again. And this method and this trick is only applicable for admittances. If admittance is given, then only we can write. For resistance, we cannot write. Okay, so we have to convert this resistance value in its admittance and then use this. And for our Z parameter, if Z parameter is asked and given the format as T network is given and it is asked to find Z parameter, then directly use this. Means Z will be R1 plus R3, R2 plus R3 and common is R3, right? Okay, now we have seen that some of the parameters asked as in y parameter as coming as negative. Okay, in the question, if it is asked to find what is the magnitude of that parameter, then we will take the mod, as I have done in the previous example. Here we took the mod, and if it is not asked to find the magnitude, simply it is asked to find the parameter, then we will consider the negative value, right? Now here I am stopping today's topic. In the next lecture we will do hybrid parameter and the transmission parameter. Only these 4 parameters are important from the gate point of view. The rest 2 parameters are not that much significant for gate exam. Okay, thank you. Also like and share, and if you have any query, then ask in our comment. Thank you.